My name is Gus Olson, and over the last year, I've dated over 100 fantastic women, all of whom I met by approaching them in real life. And in this video, I'll tell you what to do when a girl looks at you. First of all, I'll tell you why the typical techniques that are being taught out there don't really work. Then I'll tell you the main thing that you must do when a girl looks at you, and then some advanced techniques that you can use as a cherry on top. And finally, I'll tell you how to even get women to look at you in the first place. Now, there are countless videos that teach you many different techniques on what to do when a girl actually looks at you. Head nodding, waving, raising your glass. And all these techniques are the wrong answer. And not because something bad will happen after you use them, but because nothing will happen at all. Do you think if the girl looks at you, there's some magical head nod that you can do that once you execute it, the girl will run over to you and beg you to take her out? Or you'll do that sexy wink and she'll just fall for you immediately? No, this kind of stuff only happens in movies. And you winking or waving won't really move the needle forward that much. Ask yourself honestly, have you ever winked at a girl, waved at a girl, or did anything else that caused her to come and talk to you? Chances are it only happened a few times, and yet most guys obsess over some magic tricks on how to get the girl come and talking to them. However, there's only one correct thing to do once a girl looks at you, and that is just to simply go up to her and talk to her. Forget your winks or head nods. Just put your balls on the line and go up to her and initiate that conversation. Very easy, and yet most men are looking for any other possible way to enter the conversation without actually talking to the girl. Why? Because they want to minimize the chances of being rejected, or they're literally too afraid to just go and talk to the girl. It's much easier to just look at the girl, do a nod, and when nothing happens, still be cool because she actually didn't reject you. And this is the problem with most men. They daydream and they want to make sure that things go super smooth when they start talking to the girl. So you do the wink, the nod, the cool body postures, and by the time that you're ready to actually go and talk to her, she's already with some other guy who took action instead, and you have missed your chance. So I'm going to tell you something that will go against what most other dating coaches are saying. At the beginning stages of your journey, it doesn't even matter if the girl looks at you or doesn't look at you. If you like her, simply just go up to her and talk to her. And don't even worry about wasting your energy trying to figure out if the girl looked at you or not. And instead of asking which of the techniques I should use when a girl is looking at me, ask yourself this: how I can get over my fear of approaching this girl. And until you're talking to minimum 30 women per week, don't even worry about anything else than just dragging yourself over to her and talking to her. That's the main task. Now, once you're actually talking to minimum 30 women per week, you can start getting a bit fancier. So the first thing you'll want to do is actually look in the eyes of the girl that you find attractive. If she looks back at you and you have a good eye contact, she might hold it for a few milliseconds longer before she turns away. And now that's your excuse to actually approach her. So you can just go up to her and say, hey, I think we locked eyes just there, so I had to come and say hi. Now, if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, you could say, hey, I just saw you over there looking at me. I just wanted to tell you that I'm not a piece of meat, you know? You can actually just talk to me. This is more of an advanced line because you have to have good delivery. Otherwise, she might think that you're actually offended or just a bit obsessive and crazy. But if you do it well, she'll laugh, and that's your entry point into the conversation. However, how do you get women to look at you in the first place? The first rule is that you cannot catch someone's eye contact if you aren't looking at them. An exercise you might want to do is when you walk down the street, try to look in people's eyes and try to catch their eye contact. Now, over the years of talking to thousands of women, I've naturally developed a very strong eye contact. And when I'm on the street, I tend to scan the environment to see if I actually like someone. And a lot of times by doing this, naturally, I just catch their eyes. Now, if you have a solid, inviting, and yet dominating eye contact, a lot of women will hold on to it a little bit longer than the usual. And this is how you can actually get more looks than you normally would. So in this video, we took a look at the most important thing, what to do when a girl looks at you, is just to go and talk to her. And if you want to get more looks in the first place, practice looking in other people's eyes and developing a very strong eye contact. Now, the next question is, after you go up to her, what do you say? Because surprisingly, going up to her is actually the easy part. Talking, flirting, and escalating is where the real game is played. So below, I'll link 2 resources. Resource number 1, My Logical Man's Guide to Flirting, a completely free flirting overview that got over 148,000 views on Reddit in just 3 days. You can download it and read it in 10 to 20 minutes. And resource number 2, a video that will show you how to actually flirt and talk to women in real life. Hope this video was helpful, and let me know what you want to see next.